Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today's power date that I'm going to introduce has to do with being able to connect the dots and absorbing information a little bit better. When it comes to the learning process, not everything makes sense initially. I can speak from experience because I'm terrible at math and nothing makes sense when it comes to math, for example. But sometimes it just takes a lot of time and a lot of practice to figure something out, and then you need to review it again. And sometimes then suddenly out of the blue, it clicks, yeah. And you can't even understand why why you weren't able to connect those dots initially because suddenly everything seems so easy. So maybe you are faced with a situation like that right now where you're puzzling over a particular problem, not so much like uh, a full-on learning course, but maybe there's like one thing that you have tried to figure it out, maybe an equation or maybe a business problem that you've been trying to figure out for a long time, and that just you can't really find the right solution, something where you just need a little bit more support to connect all the little pieces that are in play and come up with a solution. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, then you may find this date and time very, very useful. And that would be Friday the 18th between 11 p.m. and midnight. Now, I know it's really late, so I'm not gonna ask you to, when you're already very tired, to kind of think about this particular problem or whatever. You can if you're still awake. If you're a night person like myself, then that makes sense. But otherwise, you just do maybe a manifestation, right? But so Friday the 18th between 11 p.m. and midnight, and don't worry about time differences and time zones and whatever. It is what it is. Friday or the 18th of June between 11 p.m. and midnight, wherever you are, the 18th of June, 11 p.m. to midnight. Yeah. No need to convert. So that's the time that you need to put in your calendar, mark in your calendar. And then the next important thing you need to remember is that you need to align yourself with the south direction. So you need to point with the back of your head towards the south. Now, if you're still fairly awake at that time, as I said, if you're a night person, then you can actually just kind of think about this particular problem and go over it again. Write down whatever comes to mind. Jot down your notes, whatever inspiration that comes to mind, and you will find that suddenly there will be a boost of inspiration. There will be some sort of idea or some sort of thought that you hadn't had before, and that makes all the difference. Yeah, so you can do that. Or if you know that at that time you're probably not so awake anymore, you're already fairly tired, um, then you can do a manifestation instead, or a meditation. And again, we use the same sort of sage mode, Simendunzia manifestation practice that I talk about in all of these videos. So you go somewhere in your home, quiet, where you have some nice peace and quiet for 10-15 minutes only. The sector doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not relevant where in your house you are. What's important is that you sit in such a way that the south is aligned with the back of your head. Yeah, you can just check that on your compass app on your phone. So back of the head towards the south. You take 3 deep breaths, and then you count slowly from 64 down to 0. One count, one breath. And if you happen to skip a beat because there are too many thoughts in your head, then just start all over again and really, really concentrate on counting down. And once you're at 0, you feel yourself aligning with the energies of the universe, with that inspiration, with that super learning power that is available at that time in that particular direction. And then you just think about the problem that you're currently facing or that you're dealing with. Yeah, so maybe a complex sort of business issue, or maybe you are dealing with a family issue with a lot of moving parts, and you're just like in the middle of it, and you really struggle to find a solution. So that can also help with that, just connecting the dots and making sure that um you include every piece of information that you have to find a solution. So think about that, and then just ask the universe to give you that kind of energy boost, that kind of boost of inspiration that is needed to suddenly make it click, to suddenly make you understand what you didn't see before, to suddenly give you that last piece of information that you needed to put it all together into a big picture. Yeah, just imagine that and ask for that particular power or energy to be given to you. And then you just stay in that moment for 10 to 15 minutes. You come back up however you want. Yeah, just open your eyes gently, and then maybe you have a few thoughts, you may want to jot them down. You go to bed, and the next morning you can then sit down and really go over this again, because the universe will give you some sort of information, either during the meditation itself or throughout the night. Maybe you have a dream or something that suddenly makes much more sense when relating it to the issue you're dealing with. Yeah, so you can use this. That would be 18th of June between 11 p.m. to midnight. Yeah, you've got 1 hour, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to do that. So all the best with that. If you have any questions, please do get in touch with me. I always love to hear from you. My contact details are in the notes below.